Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And hi, love you also, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper delicious and super duper joyful this morning, and that life is treating you oh so wonderfully. Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by, and I hope that you too are feeling super duper wonderful wherever you are in the world, and that life is treating you most deliciously. Okay, so what do we do? 3, 2, 1. Oh, sorry, and much love to you all as well, my delicious little babies. 3, 2, 1. Beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads. You're lovely and bright. Yes, they are, aren't they? They've been super duper bright. Yes. Okay, then, my delicious little babies. So my weather in our neck of the woods in the old UK, it may differ in other places, my delicious little babies. Well, the sun is not shining, so he does not have his hat on. So there's no hip 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 hooray. It has been wet and it has been raining all through the night, well, the majority of the time, apart from when I was, getting a bit of shut-eye, okay? And it was raining this morning. If it's raining, it's raining, okay? Still a little bit chilly, not as chilly as a few days ago. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, I have to go back a few days, okay? So that's our weather in our old neck of the woods in the old UK. Of course, it could be different, differing in other parts of the UK, okay? Now then, if you do happen to enjoy my video today, if you could please click on the like. For others of you, please feel free to subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Also, please feel free to leave a comment. It's always welcomed. And finally, if you'd like to share, because sharing is caring. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so there's different things today, okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So we've got the first thing is a train crash in Greece. Oh, I'm sorry, and thank you, okay? So there's been a train crash apparently in Greece, from what I've just heard, okay? Now then, what they're saying is that you've got 2 trains, okay? So it's 2 trains. And what's happened is that you've got them both going in opposite directions, yes, apparently, according to what I'd heard on this report, on this video, okay? Now, what's happened is they both appeared to be on the same line. Okay, so I just want to repeat that to my delicious little babies. So usually if you've got trains, okay, you've got one going in one direction, one going in another direction, okay, but they're usually, so correct me if I'm wrong, my delicious little babies, on separate lines, okay? I've been on enough trains in my lifetime to know this. So apparently, according to what I'd heard, okay, there is going to be an investigation to do with why you've got 2 trains going in an opposite direction, but both on the same line, which of course does not make any common sense to me at all. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, the other thing to note is that they said that 36, which I do not like this word, but we have to use, people have passed away. 36. Please note the number, my delicious little babies. Do you see? I've said it to you before and I'm going to say it again, okay? So it's not me who's being insensitive here. No, it is not, okay? So until we get the full story here, okay? It seems that and the putrid lackeys like to work with numbers. Yes, okay? There's certain numbers, so you could get 36, 33, you could get 6, you could get, let's give another example, because 8 seems to be another one. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? So you could get 6 and 2. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, this is how it rocks and rolls. Now, the thing is, if this has been the case, then we send our sincere condolences. Okay, my delicious little babies. But it just seemed to me that, and I'm not going to advertise the channel that I heard it on. Sorry, excuse me, just have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Because what was really, let's just say, I listen very carefully, okay, and I also clock birth races. And your woman there who, was giving out this information when asked, a journalist, okay, of course, they're very few and far between good journalists these days, aren't they? Anyway, she seemed to stumble on certain words, words or certain questions. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. So it was almost looked like to me that maybe all is not as it seems. Okay, my delicious little babies. So I just thought I'd mention that, okay, plus the fact that there was 2 men that were interviewed, and, if you're in like a severe train crash, okay, so please do not see me like I'm going to repeat once again, my delicious little baby, as being insensitive here. I am not. Okay, because over the decades there's been some awful train crashes, so I'm not saying that, my delicious little baby, sorry. What I'm talking about is that it just seemed rather odd to me that they seemed to be in immaculate condition. There we go. So please make of that as what you will. But anyway, I'm sure that we'll be hearing more about this. It just seems, we had the Ohio, God bless their beautiful dear little souls, the small population there, okay? It just seems that we had Ohio, yes, where that great big black puff of smoke, okay? Which of course that was involving a train, okay? And then of course now we got another one in Greece. Okay, so one may say that, the first thing that came into my old noddle, okay, so maybe call me being rather suspicious here, okay, is that maybe there's a clash of personalities somewhere, there we go, if you get my meaning, to do with something else, okay. So that's what I have to say there, okay, my delicious little babies, okay, so it's like to come head on. Okay, and of course, we've been hearing a lot lately about boxing, haven't we? One opponent against the other. There we are. So you see, I just look into things. So, like I've just said, and I'll repeat once more just before I come off this particular subject, that if there has been, a seriousness of things going on, well, like I say, our condolences. Okay, but we also have to look at the timing, there we are, of all of this. Okay, my delicious little babies, that's all I'm saying. Now then, let's go on to the next one. So we've got Matt Hancock, okay, that flipping twat and twit, okay, in our neck of the woods in the old UK. Well, for those of you delicious little babies, because there are going to be some of you who know, and of course there'll be other delicious little babies who do not know. But apparently he's getting his own TV show. Okay, so this is your man there who, through the old pandemic, okay, I'm just ticking them off as I go along with delicious little babies, through the old pandemic, that, he seemed to find things, there we go, before I even say it, most amusing, didn't he? Okay, when God bless their beautiful dear souls, and their beautiful dear family members involved in all of this, that at the start of this whole pandemic, that there were an awful lot in nursing homes, God bless them all, who very sadly went into spirit when they otherwise, I'm not saying that with some of the dear elderly, God bless them, that if they were extremely poorly, it is it's natural in life, isn't it? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, that when your time is here, then your time is here, okay? But shall we say there was a rather large, there we go, number, okay, my delicious little babies of the dear elderly, God bless them, okay, who very sadly, instead of being able to continue to live their lives, okay, unfortunately it was snatched away from them with the old jab, 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 jibby, jab, Okay, my delicious little babies. And at that time, you know, putrid flipping Matt Hancock seemed to find the whole thing rather amusing. Okay, you'd only need to look at, you know, on YouTube, do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, videos of this, to see that he found it absolutely hilarious on national television programming. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so it seems that the worse that you are, I've known a long time, the worse that you are, it seems that, you get given a TV show where he wants to talk, you know, have documentaries. Well, I don't know about you, my delicious little babies, but I've got effing no interest in his flipping television show. But I wanted to let you know, my delicious little babies, that this is a putridness. There we go. What's going on? Yes. Of what's really going on here. Okay? So that man there, your man there, must not be praised for the putridness that flipping took place. No, he must not. Piece of shite. Anyway, let's go on to the next thing now. So this is on YouTube, my delicious little baby. So if you'd please like to just type it into the old space bar. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. Oh, sorry, you know what? I never wrote down his name. Please do forgive me, my delicious little babies. Just at one moment, please, and thank you. Forgot to write it down. Right, okay, there we are, sorted now. Let's tick that one off. Right, so if you please type into the old space bar. Sorry about that, my delicious little babies. Thank you for your patience. Unbelievable. Okay, 50-year-old report predicted this current crisis. What comes next is worse. So I'm just going to repeat that once again, my delicious little babies. Unbelievable 50-year-old report predicted this current crisis. What comes next is worse. There we are. Okay, my delicious little babies now then. So if you look in the old subscribe, it should say Neil McCoy Ward. Okay, my delicious little babies, Neil McCoy Ward. Okay, so we ticked him off, God bless him, right? Not in that way, my delicious little babies, yes. It's just that, you see, I've advertised this dear gentleman before, yes, because, you know, he gives out a lot of really good information. Now, apparently, he's going to be doing an interview tomorrow, because he hasn't done interviews, apparently, according to what I'd heard on his video this morning. He hasn't been doing interviews for quite a long time. I don't know if he said 2 years or something like that. But anyway, so he's going to be doing a longer length interview tomorrow with somebody, okay? But it's well worth a listen, my delicious little babies, yes? Please and thank you, yes? Now then, somebody else who I'd like to advertise, and I keep, it's not that I keep forgetting, it's just what it is. It's like I advertise different channels, you know, at different times. Okay, now this is more on the spiritual side, but of course it can help with, you know, business situations, you know, to listen to these videos, okay, because, you know, some of them may gel with you, there we go, may resonate with you. Do you see what I mean? It could be romance, it could be platonic friendships, it could be family, it could be business, it could be jobs. Do you see what I mean? It's like a bit like a potato, an all-rounder. And this dear gentleman, not in that way, my delicious little babies, is called Mantius, okay? And his channel is called Advancing on YouTube, my delicious little babies. Yes, so we're just going to tick you off our little Mantius, you know, not in that way, my delicious little babies, yes, but he's, you know, but again, you know, you listen to some of his videos, you know, but it's the way he comes across and he explains it. Each different channel that I advertise, my delicious little babies, yes, they all in their own right, God bless them all, okay? They all have their own intelligence, there we go, they all have their own intelligence, they have their own, do you know what I mean, in their field of work. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so I just try to space it out really. But yes, you know, if you could listen, you know, for some delicious little babies, you know, you may very well get comfort. Do you see what I mean? Because he does a different, you know, different types of videos. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, okay. So that's that. Now then, let's go on to the next one. Oh, here we go. This is in the old space bar in YouTube, my delicious little babies. And if you please type in, I wonder how many got paid to not rock the boat. Okay, so I shall repeat that once more, my delicious little babies. Yes, I wonder how many got paid to not rock the boat. Okay, now then we're going to tick this one off, my delicious little babies. Now then, if you look in the old subscribe, it should say we got a problem. We got a problem. Okay, now this video here, if my mind serves me correctly, because this man, he you know, uploads just quick videos, do you know what I mean, extremely short videos. Yes, well, if my mind serves me correctly, because sometimes I look at that many videos, my delicious little babies, okay, to do with Andrew Bridgen. Now, with Andrew Bridgen, who's an MP in our neck of the woods in the old UK, right? Well, you know, it seems that he was offered rather a lot of ka-ching, pounds, shilling, pence, dollars and change, my delicious little babies, okay? So it's like he could have anything he wanted, basically, if he turned the line, you know, done as what he's told to do. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? In other words, zip it, keep your trap shut. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Anyway, as it turned out, he turned it down. Good on him. Okay? Because you see, this is a lot of what has caused, there we go, before I even say it, a lot of what has caused the problem here in our world. Okay? We've got putrid governments where for the majority of them, well, actually, all of them actually, I would say, you know, pretty much, okay, where they've either been bought off or they've just, you know, been paid, you know, I mean, it's just flipping ridiculous amounts of ka-ching, okay? Do you understand what I mean? Just to do as they're told, okay? And just to, you know, do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes? And then to project the shite out to us. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But of course, when you then turn around and you just say, no, 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 right? Well, where they're going with this? Do you see what I mean? And then, of course, because I was watching anyway from a while back, yes? But even when you look at, you know, when Andrew Bridgen was talking, you know, in the Parliament about... was it in the Parliament anyway? It's in the room. You know, to do with the injuries, do you see what I mean? To do with the old jabs, yes? Well, you hardly had nobody there. Yet, you know, yes, if we're talking about flipping Brexit and everything else, which of course have been flipping shafted again, do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies, yes? Well, the fact of the matter is, then you've got a full house, haven't you? Do you see what I'm saying? So 2 and 2, there we go, does not come to 4, does it, my delicious little babies, yes? It seems very much to me that certain priorities, which does not involve, God bless the beautiful dear souls for anybody who's passed away, and, you know, who very sadly has been disabled because of this, okay? That it seems that lives do not matter. Do you see what I'm saying to you? What matters to them is the old ka-ching. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Well, I'm not falling for this flipping Brexit shite anyway. No, I am not. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, it's just sneaky, lower than a snake's belly. The whole flipping lot of them are effing flipping, starts with a W and ends with a flipping S. That's what they all are. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes, but getting back to Andrew Bridgen then, so I do apologise, my delicious little babies. I just went off on one a little bit right. Well, the thing is that because obviously, you know, he chose not to accept. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, it just goes to show one thing, doesn't it? Not everybody can be bought. So anyway, so we tick that off, my delicious little babies. Now then, before I get to my very last one, I just want to say, if you could please look in the old space bar in YouTube, my delicious little babies, yes? And this one, okay, is, if you please tap into the old space bar, who's in the right here? Okay, so if you please could type in, my delicious little babies, sorry, please and thank you. Who's in the right here? Okay, now then, this is actually, if you look in the old subscribe, it should say Clown Planet, okay? Now, what this is about, my delicious little babies, because the Clown Planet is only ever really short, okay? So again, very short videos, yes? Well, you see, the thing is, okay, sorry about that, my delicious little babies, okay? And I hope that I've got that right with We Got a Problem, that it's the right video that I'm thinking about. Anyway, if it isn't, my delicious little babies, I do apologise, but I pretty much think it is the right one, okay? Anyway, but my apologies if it isn't anyway, but I wrote it down for a reason anyway, okay? Now then, what this short video, Clown Planet, is about, right? It's about this young woman, okay? And she's in a park, okay? And, you know, she's wanting to film. So behind her, you know, you have trees and grass and you have a bench, okay? So you have a bench, okay? So there she is, okay, your woman there, right? And she's saying, I've just done a run. Do you see what I mean? So she's talking to the camera, you know, she's clearly, you know, an influencer, YouTuber. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes? Well, that's very obvious to myself, my delicious little babies, okay? Now then, this dear gentleman comes along, God bless him, not in that way, okay? He comes along and he decides to sit on the bench, okay? Now, your woman there, which, to be quite honest, you need to listen to it. It's so short, it's unreal, okay? My delicious little babies, right? But your woman there was asking your dear gentleman if he would be able to go and sit on another bench because she was doing her video. Okay, my delicious little babies, that there's a part in it, right? So I'm not taking the mickey out of religion or anything at the end of the day, right? But there's a part in it where she says, you know, to do with her followers, you know, on her channel, yes, okay, her videos, right? And then your gentleman there, your dear gentleman there, right? And then they're talking about something else. And he said, so you're Jesus now, are you? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but what's really good in all of this is that it's just the way you come out with it, my delicious little babies. But what it is, it's when you read in the comments, okay? Now, they all seem to be coming out with God bless all of, you know, man and woman out there who are commenting, yes? But they're all coming out with the same thing. It was clear, right, hello, ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense, that she was in the wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, what this dear gentleman was saying is that he sits on that bench, that same bench, every day. So the point is, to all of this, yes, is that why must he get up and flipping good on your dear gentleman there, because he flipping stood his ground with her, you know. Because she did come across as a little bit, you know, she was telling him, she said, I'm telling you. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? So your young woman there telling the dear gentleman to get up and go and sit somewhere else. Do you see what I'm saying? So, yes, we can see the amusing side of it, okay? And to be quite honest with you, I honestly believe that, yes, I'm totally in agreement with this, that it actually would have, you know, number one, shown her followers, as she calls them, her followers, what type of woman, there we go, she really flipping is, right? Young woman she is. And number two, it also goes to show that at the end of the day, you know, it's a massive park. So on a serious note, regardless of whether you do videos, do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, the park is large enough for everybody. But she seemed to use her own, her own self-importance to feel that she was far more important than what that dear gentleman was. So even though it's on Clown Planet, okay, and he does bang out some excellent videos, you know, but what I'm saying is that, you know, there's also a serious side to it. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Yes. I mean, I did a video a while back, you know, when I was walking around the lakes at the back of myself, yes. And yes, you know, there was at one point, you know, I was trying to film this blooming plane, but I couldn't get it, you know, close enough, okay? But then, you know, I wasn't rude. I was polite to everybody, you know, when I was walking round. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But, you know, but she, the way she came across on a serious note is like she felt very, you know, self-entitled that, you know, even that bench, even though, do you understand what I mean? That the bench is there for anyone to sit on. That it's like it was her in a sort of a way, like, oh, well, that's my property. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? There we go. I know what I'm saying, yes? So even though we see the amusing side, but really, I mean, I would have said that dear gentleman actually did her a favour. Because when I seen her at the start, I've got to be honest with you, my delicious little babies, I just felt, I'm not being disrespectful, I mean, fair play to me, you know, with her followers, as she calls them, yes. But I would say that her videos would not be my cup of tea, very little substance. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? If you're going to do something, you have a flipping conversation. Do you know what I mean? So, a proper conversation. Of course, I haven't seen her videos, but to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not being disrespectful. Everybody does their own videos, but it wouldn't be my cup of tea. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, yes? I wouldn't spend my time talking on a video about flipping running. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? It was just me. You know, I'm not being rude. I mean, you know, I'm sure she's got her followers who, you know, as she says, that are very interested in her video. Do you see what I mean? In her age group. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes. But yeah, it was a video just to have a quick look at my delicious little babies. Yes. But she was in the wrong. It was clear to see. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But you dear gentleman there. Yes. You know, he stood his ground. Do you know what I mean? And to be quite honest with you, if I'd have sat down, it would have been the same thing. She wouldn't have moved me or told me to flipping move and get away with it. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not being nasty. You know, what she should have just done, she should have been doing the right thing, picked up a tripod or whatever she was doing, because I assume she would have had a tripod, okay, like what I've got, okay, and so many YouTubers. And then, you know, just took a tripod somewhere else. I really couldn't see what the big flipping hoo-ha was, but this is what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, yes? But when he turned around and said, I see you Jesus now, are you? I mean, that was flipping amusing. I mean, I'm not, you know, mocking religion or anything, but do you know what I mean? It was funny the way he said it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the babies, right? So now I see, yes, I've rewind and start again. I've ticked that one off, okay? Now, finally, what I want to talk about, okay? And I should put this, actually, as my title on my video, actually. Sorry, my delicious little babies, yes? And we're just going to tick this one off as well, okay? So now I'm going to close my book. So that's all the information today, my delicious little babies, yes? So there's a number of different things going on, actually, with the videos, all, you know, a mixture of all different videos, yes? So if you could please take a listen for some of you delicious and beautiful little babies out there, okay? You know, to some of these videos, okay? Because, you know, it's just a mixture going on, really, okay? Now then, I want to talk about, just very quickly, I'd just like to talk about religion, okay? So, you know, when we look at religion, well, I mean, it's, you know, you have to look at doctrine and you have to look at, you know, ideology, like, you know, it's ideal if you follow something. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, I mean, of course, I believe in dear God Jesus Christ, our dear Creator. Yes, I do. I believe in our dear Creator. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Of course, nobody could tell us really who our creator it really is. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? But it's like, when you look at the Bible, how can I put it now, my delicious little babies? When you look at the Bible, so I'm not saying anything about, do you understand what I mean? It's just that I just want to say something here, okay, my delicious little babies. Now, it's like if you look in the Bible, okay, there is a part in it, isn't there, where it says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's sort of like, to me, it's like inciting, in a sense, inciting violence, isn't it? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like if somebody does something to a man or a woman, yes, then it's like, okay, you get your own back, and then that's what you do. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And then in other parts of the Bible, it's like, to me, the way I see it is, it's like, you know, well, it is, isn't it? You know, which I've known for a long time. That, you know, it's like religion was invented, wasn't it? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and then of course, you know, you've got beautiful, delicious little babies out there, you know, where, you know, you want to believe in something for some, and of course you've got others who are atheists, you know, who do not believe in anything. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but you've got others who believe in certain, you know, what they believe in. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but it sort of comes back to the same thing, doesn't it? It's like, you know, over the decades, like when I looked at churches, yes, and then like, well, you know, in our neck of the woods in the old UK, you know, it's not very often that you'd see a church, especially these, the tall ones. Do you see what I mean? The really old-fashioned buildings, okay? That they never had scaffolding up or something like that, you know, always begging. It's like the begging bowl. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? It's like, you know, you go into a church and then it's like, you know, then do you know what I mean? And then like in some religions, then you got the, you know, they bring a box around, you know, that you've got to put something in. Do you see what I mean? It's like never ending. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes, I mean, I'm not saying to anybody, I mean, everybody can believe in what they want to believe, can't they, really? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You know, it's whatever they feel comfort, do you know what I mean? Comfort in doing. But it's, to me, now I'm not saying this to hurt, offend or upset anybody, my delicious little babies, but to me, it's like a form of, before I even say it, programming. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? It's like when you look, you know, there's 4,000 religions. Well, do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? Well, to me, if you've got a God, have you not got one God? That's my thoughts on it, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying to you? That's all I'm saying. It's just that, you know, then over the decades, you know, it's just almost like, you know, they've been able to do a lot with religion, you know, like to, shall we say, make others even feel guilty. And then, of course, you know, then in the Bible as well, somewhere it says, you know, words to effect, you know, you must forgive. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like that amnesty, isn't it? You know, like where everybody's done the putrid governments and we know who, and of course, you know, roped others in as well who are all complicit to this, okay? It's like you have to be roped into something. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? You know, so it's just, you know, food for thought, really. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? It's just that, you know, I mean, do you know what I mean? So somebody could, for example, you know, somebody could do something really terrible, but then somewhere in the Bible, because it is true, isn't it? Then somewhere in the Bible, like, you've got to forgive. But then in another way, like I say, when it's like an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So I see I don't know, that I see the Bible as being rather complicated. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? Because, like, how can I put it? Like, it says one thing and then says something else. Do you see what I'm saying to you? There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? That's all I'm saying. Do you see? So, and of course, you know, when we look at a number of things, you know, over the decades and decades and decades, well, I mean, when you look at a lot of things, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it's all man-made, isn't it? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? You know, that's all I wanted to really say, my delicious little babies. I don't know. I just have, please excuse me, I just have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? It's like you can see, I mean, please do not get me wrong. I mean, you've got some churches that look absolutely super duper deliciously beautiful. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? You know, they look absolutely delicious, don't they? And like for most, they tend to have a lot of dark wood. Do you know, I've never really been keen on dark wood, you know. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, like over the decades, you know, if you've gone to go and visit, like even when I've gone abroad, okay, then, you know, you go into a church, you know, there's always like the, so again, I'm not here to offend anybody with their religion. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes, I'm talking about myself, it's my opinions, but there's always like a flipping death in the air, isn't there? It's like the smell of death. I do not like that word, but we have to use certain words, don't we? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, funny smells. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? It's like, you know, and not only that, but something else I found as well. I mean, you know, like even when you go to other countries, you know, you go into a church and it could be super duper flipping red hot outside. And then you walk in and it's flipping icy cold. Yes. Really icy cold. It's really hard to explain. So for those of you delicious little babies, you're going to get my meaning, you know, when you've walked into a church and it's really, really cold. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes? It's like you have to have 3 layers of flipping clothes on just to keep warm. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? Anyway, so I just wanted to mention, you know, just to say that really. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, that's why I say with the Bible, what it's important to do, I mean, for those who do have an interest, I mean, you've got some delicious little babies who know the Bible, God bless them inside out, you know, they've been brought up that way. Do you see what I mean? You know, to know the book inside out. Do you see what I mean? But of course, you know, I mean, books over the decades, I mean, they would go for even say they change, don't they? You know, words, there we go, and everything are different, you know. That's why you found that some YouTubers, I mean, God bless them, yes? It's like they can get an older Bible and they get a newer Bible and then they're comparing. I've seen that a number of times, actually, on YouTube. There we are, on YouTube. I've seen it a number of times. On a number of different videos, yes. Do you see? It's like, you know, I mean, it's like a dictionary, isn't it? So you've got a dictionary, you've got words in a dictionary, yes? And then, of course, and then over the years and the decades, then they just keep adding other words. Do you see what I'm saying to you, delicious little babies, yes? And we're thinking to ourselves, well, I am, with my old noddle. Thinking, well, you know, why are you adding this word and that word? Do you see what I mean? It's like, this must be accepted. There we go, if I even say it, the word accepted. So it's like, for us out here, programming, that we must be, you know, accepting of these things. It's like, you know, if you look before the old pandemic, okay, you see, you got the old pandemic, haven't you? And then, you know, then what happens is that, you know, well, I mean, before that, you never really used to hear the word a lot. Well, I never anyway. I mean, maybe for some of you delicious little babies, you did, you know, and God bless you if you did, okay? And God bless you if you didn't. But we never really used to hear the words, you know, misinformation, disinformation, any type of flipping information, actually. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Then all of a sudden, these things come out. There we go. Didn't they? Do you see? So, do you see what I mean? I would say that there's a rather high level, my delicious little babies, of brainwashing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And then, of course, you know, you spew it out, you know, into the old world globally, and then it's like, oh, you know, then say if you spoke to somebody, say for example, and then you spoke to somebody, and they'd say, oh no, that's misinformation. What you're saying is misinformation. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? It's like, because you have to, it's like a bit like planting a seed, isn't it? So you plant that seed, you know, you spew it out, you project it out, and then you plant that seed just to get it into somebody's old noddle. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So that they think that, you know, what they listen to or what somebody's telling them, if somebody is telling them the truth to the best of their ability, but, that, you know, for others, oh, no, that's the wrong information, that's misinformation. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? It's just little things, you know, that I just wanted to talk about, really. But anyway, that's the end of my video, okay? So, yes, I mean, I'm not saying to anybody, you know, what to believe in and what not to believe in, really. I mean, I believe in dear God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, our dear Creator. Yes, I do, but, I mean, when we also look at it, I mean, you know, and we go back to a time when, do you know what I mean? There was an awful lot wrote, wasn't there? I mean, if you look at a Bible, I mean, it's say, you know, this thick, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like that thick, isn't it? Do you see? Well, it's just slightly thinner. Do you know what I mean? But do you see what I'm saying to you? Anyway, I just thought I'd mention it. But of course, you know, anybody can, you know, believe in, you know, what they wish to believe in. I mean, I believe in what I believe in. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Anyway. But I thought I'd just leave you with that, my delicious little babies, yes? So yes, everybody believes in what they want to believe in, don't they? Anyway, thank you so very much for even taking the time to even watch my video, okay? And, you know, and I hope that you continue, wherever you are in the world, to have a super duper delicious morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, okay? And please continue to feel the love, okay? Please give a pat on the old back, a shake of the old hand, and with some family members, some friends, some work colleagues, show them the love, okay? And tell them that they're beautiful, wonderful, and delicious, and that you love them. Okay, my delicious little babies, and thank you for listening, okay? Even taking the time, okay? And until my next video, much love, God bless. You all take care of yourselves now, and please try to help others, because, you know, there are going to be others, delicious little babies who do need help. Okay, my little lovelies? So until my next video, take care. God bless. Thank you. Goodbye.